We have our next question which says you have an acquired you have acquired an existing program from a coworker which uses a macro, which means a program is being fetched from another programmer and it has a macro in it, and it is not immediately clear to you what this macro is doing. And then it says which option can be used to put the SAS statements generated by the macro execution into the log. So it says that we have a program in which a macro is being used, and want to see the code generated by the macro written to the SAS log. So let us take a look at the options given. It says the first option says mprint, symbol gen, mlogic, and mrecall. So let us take a look at the SAS documentation first to see which option would do what and which option is actually needed to solve our problem. So let us take a look at the documentation for mprint option. The mprint option says mprint option is used to specify whether SAS statements generated by macro execution are traced for debugging. So all the lines of code that are generated by the macro are written to the log so that we can debug. So it is about SAS statements that are coming out of the macro being written to the log for debugging. The mprint option is about it. And let us take a look at the other option which was given and which it said symbol gen. So now let us see what symbol gen option has to specify. It says symbol gen option is to specify whether the results of resolving macro variable references are written to the SAS log for debugging. This is about macro variable references. Mprint was about SAS statements generated by the macro, and this is about the values in the macro variables. And then let us take a look at the other option which was given. The third option given was mlogic option. Let us see what this has to offer. It says mlogic specifies whether the macro processor traces its execution for debugging. So in short, it says like when we use conditional logic like %if statements, so it indicates whether a particular logic has become true or not, and this is used for tracing its execution for debugging. So how the macro is flowing from one condition to other can be checked using the mlogic option. And let us take a look at the final option which says mrecall system option. So it is used for specifying whether the autocall libraries are searched for a member that was not found during an earlier search. So we use system option called SAS autos is equal to specify a particular folder location in which we have a set of predefined macros. And when we run that system option, it when only searches once. But if we have added another macro to that location and we are trying to use that macro in a subsequent step without executing that system option again, so it would result in an error. So this option is to used to specify that there can be some new macros added. So go back and search again. So let's come back to our question and see which was more appropriate. So our question was about to write the SAS statement generated into the log file. So we have seen that mprint option is used for writing the SAS statement generated by the macro to the log window. So the correct option is mprint. Let us check if this is the correct answer or not. It says our response is correct.